Okay, checked out the settler lens. We know we got to settle here on the east side. The question is, though, how do we get 3 cities into this? Because I know it's possible. Look, Obsidian settle. If we did 1, 2, 3, 4 right here on the -5. And then we could go either on this tip over here or this tip over here. There's another option too. Settle here on the barb camp. Then 1, 2, 3. You can get a 4th settle next to the maze and the fish here. Sorry, a 2nd settle next to the fish and the maze. 1, 2, 3 to the mountains. And then you could settle on any of these tiles here along the coast. Very flexible. But is that flexibility worth it? Is that something we really want? You know what? Settling on this obsidian probably is the smartest thing because we want to grab up as many tiles as we possibly can. But if we do settle further up the coast, that means maybe we get another coastal city down here by these crabs and these fish on freshwater with that oasis sitting right there. So man, it's tough. Let's take a look at these 2 cities, see which ones might be better. Let me put some text down so it's more obvious what I'm talking about. All right, this is super try hard, but that's what we do here, guys. So 2 city configuration options. 1, go for the harbor cities. So we got 1 on the barb camp. You see where these are at. Other option is go for industrial zone, this combination of cities. At the highest level, the industrial zone cities gives us a lot more control over the center here, which might be something that we need when we've got Phoenicia here on the top of the peninsula. And if we don't go for these industrial cities, industrial location cities, we'll probably have to go and take Baruta. On the other hand, the harbor cities gives me a lot more power into the seas and really gives me great control over all those resources. We got fish, we got crabs, reefs, that sort of thing. And sea tiles you can get upgraded pretty well. Now, sea tiles in general aren't that good, but when you're in the Arabian Peninsula here and it's just straight desert, the yields will be way better on those harbor pins that I've laid down there. Second thing to look at is the settler lens. Now, for these ones on the left side here, the 2 harbors and industrial zone, that's all going to be coast. And it looks like whatever middle cities we get anyways, those will be the ones that get the freshwater. So when it comes to freshwater, coast, we're pretty much even. In terms of high-level macro, I think it's pretty even as well, to be honest, especially with Baruta being so close to Cairo. It should be pretty easy for us to buy either one of these 2 tiles, get ourselves an encampment down, take the city. It's already being contested by the Persians, so they should have trouble holding it on. Last thing it's going to come down to is how good are the yields. If we look on the west side here, industrial zone definitely has a bit of an edge because it just takes up more of the map. I think I can get rid of this harbor tile because I do not want to get rid of this nice plains hills with trees. I definitely just put it down here on the desert. And if I go for this, yes, I've got some of this Arabian Sea coastline, but I'm missing a lot of the bottom down here, and I'm doubling up a lot of space with Cairo. For the other coastal city too, yeah, I'm not going to use this tile to place on my city just because I can put something else on there like a mine. And if I was to really build on this city, look, we got a great harbor district going down here. Actually getting food to start will be hard because, you know, these fish tiles aren't exactly right next to me. I do have decent production with these hills, lots of fish around, it's just great. That's compared to this harbor tile, which the city itself will be a 2-2, which is strong. I'm not exactly sure what the sea looks like over here with the fishes, but it's the same sort of thing where getting to the fish will be hard for that food. But production shouldn't actually be too tough just because of this little ring of Plains Hills tiles here. So just based on those 2 cities, I'm giving a bit of an edge to the industrial zone tiles. But if we look here in the middle, what's the city gonna work? Okay, so the first population, they're gonna work some food, which is only good to get you more population. Then what's the next guy gonna work? A camel? A single camel? I mean, getting that more population is great, but if they're working a legit desert tile with no yield, I mean, yes, I can buy another oasis, but that's just going to be more of the same issue. We get lots of population and no production out of them. We could reach out 2 tiles for this maze, but just the desolate nature of this city location, it just makes the city so terrible compared to, okay, we got this harbor district tile city down here. We've got the same thing with the oasis. We've got that same potential harbor district right here with those great adjacency bonuses next to the fish. And check it out, without even spending any money, we're going to have fish right next door. We're going to have maize right next door. And honestly, out of all these cities here, for the first few turns, this one is definitely going to be the strongest just because of all this food potential. And because of this city in particular, I'm going to go with the harbor tiles. On top of that, late game, I'm going to be really kicking myself if I just screwed myself out of getting decent coast tiles, getting whales, fish, because I decided to put a city right in the middle of my lands. Also up here to the north, just look how much coast I could soak up here on what they've called the Caspian Sea that I won't get an opportunity to take if my city's all the way down on this desert tile over here. So I've gone ahead and swapped out those tiles back to regular city tax. Now, like I was saying, I love this one down here, but it's got -5 loyalty per turn. And when I actually settle too, I bet it might get even a little bit worse. So we will need a governor. And look, we're pretty far away from getting a governor, sadly. The culture game is just not going that well for us, dude. So it seems like the play, get rid of this barb camp, get my settler chilling on this guy. Hopefully he can motivate him, be like, dude, I need to sell the city right now. And we'll get that city down there. Hopefully we get some nice fish over here. Who knows, there could be some whales. And I think I see the tip of India, the tip. And if I see the tip of India, maybe I discover Asia. Don't even need that scout to do it. And we can get that boost. Theodora, nice to meet you. Really strong civ. Had a great playthrough with her. Really great fun time. We did 8 civs on a dual map, which is just meant for 2 people. And it was so much fun, man, getting to focus down really on the minute things of each city because you only have like 3 or 4 cities that you care about. Speaking of scouting, though, let's see what Phoenicia wants for her open borders. 14 gold. Okay, we actually can't afford that. But I noticed over here the Egyptians, dude, they are massing troops. This has got to be their entire army. They've only got 90 military strength. And I see 2 Egyptian chariot warriors here. They've got 36 strength each. What are the Ethiopians doing, man? Are they not fighting? Regardless, can we please make peace? Just straight up peace? I am so happy with that. Thank you. Glad we did some business there in terms of me killing your units and you giving me experience. But I'm glad that is over with. I can focus on what's going on to the east here. We'll go ahead and do that open borders trade. My scout can start making moves. Get into their empire a little bit. Just looking at what's going on here. Akkad? Dang, Akkad's doing all the work for them now. The Persians, they don't even have to do anything. That's pretty sweet. Settler here, ready to go down, but it needs to get this barb camp cleared out. One more turn, I think that spearman should be done for. So let's skip on you. Headed back to Cairo. We're done the scout. And one more turn for astrology. Are you kidding me? So we can put 1 turn into something else, or we can just skip our turn. And I think there's a 50-50 chance maybe it'll let us keep our production. And either way, we're going to learn something. So to skip your turn, or just end the turn right away, hold down shift and then click enter. Boom, please wait. And there's astrology. Let's put down the holy site. I'm going to put it somewhere next to the wonder. But some tiles are better than others. I can't afford this one. So it's either of these 2. I want to keep this tile right here with the reef for my campus building. Another great spot would be right here on the copper because it's got reef and a mountain. But the copper actually gives me yields, dude, and I do like yields. Now, if we go back to Saladin's fancy building here, the madrasa, it's a building unique, right? And it gives you bonus faith equal to the adjacency bonus of the campus district. So we really care about district adjacencies. And when I looked up here to look at myself, look at this. Theodora wants to be my friend? Someone really wants to be my friend. Okay, I have nothing to offer you at all, but can I have open borders for a gold? Thank you. Thank you. Those might come in handy one day. Let's see if we can get past this mess of Akkad warriors. Also, okay, getting right here into Tyre. Yes, Tyre. They make really good tires here. Check it out. My scout has a cat. A kitty cat? That's crazy. All right, now that I'm done astrology, we can get more science. This city, its production is going to be holed up in this holy site for a long time. Look at that. I didn't get any production out of that. I just totally wasted my production. Good on me. Well played. But at least we learned something. We got to keep in mind, right, the city is going to work 11 turns on the holy site. Then we're going to want to get a shrine. So the next 20 so turns, Cairo's going to be very busy building stuff. So we've got something like at least 20 turns before we got to build something new in Cairo. I mean, maybe they'll want walls if we go back to war with someone. Maybe they'll want a campus. Sailing's going to be sweet for galleys to look around with. And fishing boats. Okay, fishing boats. That really intrigues me. Over here in whatever new city we found. You know what? Let's find out what's going on right now. Military tradition advanced. Yep. I was counting on that. 12 faith as well for clearing out that barb camp. Now we got this guy sitting down. We meet Gandhi. Nice to meet you, Gandhi. Foreign trade unlocked. Okay, a lot is going on right now. We got more production towards naval units. Unlocked a trader. And all this comes back to the fish. Check it out. We got a fish sitting right here. Right on the borders. Available for us next turn. So, yes. Let's go into sailing. We'll get galleys. We'll get the opportunity to improve tiles with the fishing boat. And then maybe we go for campuses after. But another thing that intrigues me is bronze working. Find out where the iron lives. That's always a good strategy. And building spearmen is good, especially when we're going up against someone like Egypt, who hasn't exactly liked us too much. Spearmen are going to be pretty effective at dealing with those cavalry units, right? Next for culture, right, we got the military tradition for clearing the barbarian outpost. And this is great because it gives you flanking and support combat bonuses, which are super underrated, especially early on in the game. But we're not fighting anyone. So let's go early Empire. I want to get open border so I can share that with people, have them pay money, and I'll get a governor title out of that too. Oh, dude, we just met Gandhi though. And because of that, I'm finding out how crappy the loyalty is going to be because of his cities. Minus 13 loyalty sitting here. We're going to lose this city overnight. Just overnight, okay? So maybe we need to settle somewhere else. This is definitely going to waste a ton of potential time for us and this settler to do a lot of good work. It's a really sad day, guys. But you know what? Better than settling it and losing the city, having it flip to free city right away. Okay, okay. Priority number 1, getting this governor title. Let's go to state workforce because we're building a specialty district. Government plaza, also crucial whenever you have these loyalty issues. All right, back here in Cairo, we've got this holy site coming out in just 11 turns. So it'll probably be 22 for the state workforce. Plenty of time to get that holy site, but there's some stuff we can do here to make this state workforce go faster. We can work this tile here in the Dead Sea, just 18 turns now for state workforce, and that'll turn the holy site up to 12 turns for production. So we can do a little bit of optimizing there. We'll have to switch back a little bit before state workforce gets completed. But essentially in 12 turns, we'll have state workforce with the completion of the holy site. We'll get a governor, and hopefully we can settle some city down here, man. Dude, look at these Phoenicians, though. They're coming through with their settler. Where do you guys think you're going? No. We might have to go with this inner city after all. Let's move our settler towards there anyways. Might need to run some interference on this Phoenician settler, not let it get too close. Let's bring our scout back too. Just gonna try and cut them off, not let them through. Sadly, we don't have borders to restrict them from using. Like, we just don't have that ability right now. Takes too much culture, bud. Delegation from the Phoenicians. I want to be friendly, huh? Oh my goodness, the Persians just flipping over all of these Akkad units. I think got some of their own too. Man, Beirut's is looking mad scary right now. I would not want to be trying to defend in that city. I think this is a good spot for my scout to be in the way. That way, if the Phoenician settler wants to keep coming south, he's got to go by this Persian warrior, which is not going to be an easy thing to do. It exercises a zone of control. But it could probably walk right over top of my scout. So maybe I move him just one more slot. I'll move this warrior over here too for the same sort of thing. Oh, and check it out. Move my slinger to the edge here, and we found Mogadishu. Its quest, get yourself a great rider. Okay, I'm on it, boss. Okay, I got all my dudes set up to force them here towards the middle. What I can't have is them messing up my beautifully planned out lands, whether it's these tacks they choose or those industrial zone tacks that we used before, having city right in the middle and the 2 coastal ones. I just can't have them settling, next to this mountain, and then I've got one more city in the whole bottom of Arabia here. I really need as many of those cities as I can. Okay, just like we hoped, coming right into the middle. And you know what? They're sort of in the jaws of my troops right now. Let's move up our slinger. Just next turn, they get put down the city. And once the city goes down, I don't think we've got the troops to take it right away. But if we went and fought them right now, how do you guys think that would go? Okay, that's about half the health. A little bit. Plus a scout. Let's do it, man. Desperate times, desperate measures. At least we got the Persians going after Baruta, but we're going to go Casus Belli. We don't have any of those. We just got to go for the surprise war. Get out of here, bud. You shouldn't have brought your settler down here. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, Gandhi, you're such a nice guy. You don't approve of this. If your loyalty wasn't so dang terrible, I wouldn't have to do this, okay? I didn't want to. Let's get started with our promo warrior, though. Promo number 1, number 2, and 10 faith, free settler. Woo, buddy. And now that we got settlers, you know what? It might actually be easier to hold on to some of these cities. Issue is, Phoenicia's quite strong, man. 124 combat strength. This whole holy site plan might be a little bit crazy. I got to get my slinger back into Cairo ASAP. Maybe turn them into an archer. As for tech, sailing is off, man. We don't need sailing. We need walls. So let's go for masonry right now. We got almost no science coming in. It's going to take so long. The goal now is just survive. And luckily, this scout can get almost all the way back to Cairo and hopefully stand on top of the holy site and keep that safe from the Phoenicians. I got 2 settlers. Let's try and keep them together and keep them away from any purple guys that might come after them. Yeah, look at that. They're busy with Cyrus. Thank you, Cyrus. You are the man. This man says, I understand too well. There's some opportunities you can't pass up. That opportunity I had to take. Literally, Chat GPT, Civ 6 Cyrus here talking to me. He knows exactly what I'm going through here, man. Really great dude, apparently. Let's get this slinger beelining back to Cairo. Scout's going to go sit on top of my holy site. Because still, man, we got 2 settlers down here and they can't settle until we get a governor title. And we can't get the governor title for 13 turns, but 7 if we get this holy site. So that's of utmost importance. I do need to get another warrior back to the city, though. I think if I have just a warrior, maybe a scout, and this upgraded slinger, I can hold them off. And then maybe they just forget about these nice settlers that are down here in southern Arabia. Along with this warrior who's very low health. You retreat, and then you come up here towards Cairo. How much does it cost to buy people anyways? Warrior 160, archer 240. So what's that, another 12 turns to buy out a warrior? Looks like we're going with the upgrade the archer route on that one. Defensive Persian here in my lands. Really appreciate these Persians, man. Best civ in the game, in my opinion. Let me move my scout into the choke point. It can just fortify to the healed full finesse. Time and time again, this warrior can just heal up alongside these settlers, and I'm going to use these guys to explore as much of the land as possible while staying close to my warrior. So did I say warriors or settlers? Settlers are exploring. That way we don't have some pesky barbarians showing up and making an encampment out of nowhere when I've got my literal 6 health warrior down here in the middle of the desert. All right, yep, they're going after my scout. But as long as that's just the one guy, delegation from Cyrus, mad respect from this guy. He really appreciates me. I like that. Coupe, how are you doing, man? Yeah, don't worry. I haven't destroyed any of the world. I don't have builders. Too poor for builders. Cyrus, my best friend here. Guy's not actually doing too well in the macro. He's got 5 science, 8 culture. Looks like he spent his whole game trying to get rid of Phoenicia, and all they've done is gain this free city that was his at some point. And like I was saying, the Phoenician ability is anybody on your continent, they get unlimited loyalty. This city, not on the continent, though, so we'll see how they hold up with the loyalty there. My scout friend didn't heal last turn because I guess I moved onto the tile in that exact same turn, and that doesn't count. So let's swap him out with a warrior, or he might die. And because I got a warrior here, we should be able to defend, and no one's getting through. We got our slinger coming into Cairo as well. We got some strong guys here. Ancient Era ends in 4 turns, and it looks like I'm too far away from a golden age, but at least we made normal. That's going to help with that loyalty, and that loyalty will definitely shake up in just 4 turns too. So I'm glad I'm going to get to see what the outcomes of that is before I put my settlers down, so they're not just out there and losing whatever city they settle. This warrior though just fortifies, scout fortifies, we can get you to full health. My slinger here, you're going to become an archer now, my friend, and now we can fire on these 2 tiles. So as my warrior sits here and defends, we can do some offense too with the archer. I see a slinger coming in from the Phoenicians as well, which is a little bit scary. Denunciation from India. I'm pretty sure they're not going to attack me, though. You're supposed to be peaceful, right, Gandhi? Oh, look at that. 69 plus on the heals from my warrior. That's wonderful. Take a shot. That guy's out of here. We got another promote. We're going to go commando. 1 more movement. Can scale cliff walls. 2 great things to have. Hey, my archer has a promote too. I'm going to go incendiaries, so we do more versus district defenses. We might need to go on the offensive at some point, and that's going to come in handy. Oh, check it out. Phoenicians coming in from the east side now. Luckily, I got my scout sitting on my holy site. That way it doesn't get pillaged. It can keep getting built, and no one's going to be able to one-shot my scout as long as they're by the Dead Sea. Got no worries about healing back up. Archer going for the big shot on the slinger. We can run in there with our warrior. And there's no one here to stop us, dude. I'm just going to run into your lands. Keep healing up with that Dead Sea. And what are you going to do with me? Oh, you're going to get walls. Okay. Walls are pretty nice. Beating Jatara here from Indonesia. Look at that. All the way over here, we know where the Maori live. That's a great capital you guys got there. Not 1 tile. What are you doing? Indonesia, on the other hand, a pretty nice yield you guys have there. State workforce finally completed. Conscription is not that useful. I don't care about making wonders, but this government plaza is nice. And most importantly, we're going to have a governor. We went into the next era as well, and look at all these golden ages, man. No. The only person near me who's not is the Ethiopians, and that is right over here. These are the Ethiopians. So loyalty is going to be a bit of an issue. Let's press 4. Oh my goodness, all these places are terrible. Where am I supposed to settle, man? This is just awful. It looks to me like maybe you just don't settle. But as long as no one else does either, I guess we can save these cities for later. Then we're going to be doing too much anyways. We can focus instead on faith, making some dedications here. We're definitely going to go for Exodus of the Evangelist. 2 era score each time you convert a city to your religion for the first time. Maybe we can get Golden Age in the next era, but that sucks. We're not going to get another city for 40 to 60 turns. Like, what kind of world are we living in here, man? It's awful. At least maybe I can take this out on the Phoenicians. Gonna go sit on top of their holy site, heal up, try to survive, steal as much faith as I possibly can, and let's get ourselves a builder in Cairo. We got a government change opportunity. I'm gonna pop in maritime industries for more production towards naval units, and Ilkham for production towards builders. Now, both these. Okay, builders, this is going to get this city stronger. And galleys, we'll get them out to sea, do some exploring, meet some people, get era score. We really want to secure that golden age in the next era. And honestly do whatever we can to get more loyalty in these cities down here. Because this game is not going to work as a one city challenge. This city is not strong enough for that one city challenge, guys. I'm telling you that right now. Next epic, let's go for early empire, knowing we got military tradition in the back pocket. Just 2 turns to pick up something like that. And a COD, give me a softball city-state quest. Just send a trader. That's super easy, man. It shouldn't be too hard. Oh, yep. There we go. Warrior almost dead, but they should heal this turn, right? No, they're not. They only got 2 movement. Buddy, you got to get out of there. You got to run. Yep, that is not going to work out. That's not going to work out. Okay, you're coming back near Cairo. In Cairo, though, we got the archer. And, dude, does the archer ever hurt? 50 damage. 50. I don't really want to fight this guy anymore, though. But at the same time, if he tries to put another settler down here, I can't just let him settle the bottom. So I kind of have to stay at war with him. Sorry, dude. Let's see. Would you even want to do it anyways? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so give me a little bit of gold, but yeah, the thing is, if a settler shows up, I can't just stop going to war and then go right back the next turn. Phoenicia offering me the same deal. Scout barely survived the double attack. That's because the warrior's so dang low for my archer beating down on him. Sailing unlocked. We got the galleys, the fishing boats. Let's finish that guy off for good. And try this warrior finesse again. We might even get a builder out of it. Man, that would be sweet. Next time, so going bronze working to get iron. Maybe put an encampment down. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We're having a lot of trouble making this civ actually work. The game plan long term is conquer as many cities as we can, not with military, but with faith. That'll give us science with Saladin's passive ability. But we don't have the religion going yet, and we don't have any other cities being built either, just because religion is impossible at the moment with everyone around us being in golden ages. At least we survived the Phoenicians, we survived the Egyptians, and Cairo itself has actually carved out quite a few good tiles here.
Thanks for watching, Panda Gang. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to actually pay for Windows, so make sure to subscribe. Peace.